Welcome, America, to the Tony the Prophet channel. America is asking, who is Tony the Prophet? Well, let me tell you who Tony the Prophet is. Tony the Prophet is a 60-year NFL guru and nut. Started watching football in 1960 when the AFL was formed, along with the NFL. There's only 26 teams then, 16 in the NFL, 10 in the AFL. And I've been watching football ever since. I have seen it all. I have seen every Super Bowl. I have seen every big game played since 1960. The Ice Bowl. I got a list here, so excuse me, I'm not a professional, but we have seen the Ice Bowl, the Immaculate Reception, and who knows if that was still a catch. The Sea of Hands, the Holy Roller, the Heidi Game. Gen Y, go out there and Google why you could see a game after 7 o'clock. It's because of the 1968 Heidi Game. That's why. The Miracle in the Meadowlands 1 and 2. The Music City Miracle. The Fumble. The Drive. The Catch. I have seen it all. And you could tell by my jersey, I have been a lifelong New York Giants football fan since 1960. I do NFL 24/7, 365 days a year. I wake up in the morning, listen to the NFL Fantasy Channel, the NFL Series Channel. I watch every show there is, the NFL Matchup Show. I DVR the combine and watch every minute of it. I watch all 7 rounds of the draft over 3 days. I watch every primetime football game. I watch the red zone when the Giants aren't on, and I watch preseason. I see it all. I see it all to give you your picks, your free picks, America. No need to spend money from the whale and this guy with the guaranteed BS, $500 a pick. This is all free from the prophet. So that's kind of who I am. You could tell that I am a New York Giants fan from my attire, and we have the greatest player in NFL history and the greatest Giant and the greatest player in 101 years, my man Lawrence Taylor. Bless the season, Lawrence. We're gonna have a good season, and we want to thank Roger Goodell and the NFL Players Association because nobody believed in March that they could have a season, but they pulled it off. So, anyways, so here we go. So what do I give you? What do I provide for free? I pick all 256 games and the playoffs. Okay, we're going to start tonight with this Kansas City game, but I break it down for you. Okay, and this is for entertainment purposes, folks. You don't have to bet the kids' lunch money and the mortgage money out here. I give you the evidence. You have a brain. You go out and make your picks. Okay, again, it's all for fun, but I do the homework for you. I put out there based on the evidence what I think will give you your best chance to win. And I break out the good games. These are the games you want to go after. And if you lose, you can lose. Let me tell you a little story. You got weather, you got bad referees, you got all kinds of stuff going on against these games. So I'll tell you a little story. I was out in Vegas on a business trip last year and spent the whole Sunday at the Westgate. They had the 9:30 London game. I was there from like 10 in the morning to 8 at night. A tremendous day. Nirvana. I was in heaven. Okay. And I was in the line cashing out. My son called me, asked me how it was going. And he said, Dad, I really like that Detroit game playing Green Bay. It was the Monday night game. So we're gonna buy the ticket. So he goes, put 100 on it for me. I says, you know what? That's a good idea. You put 100 and I'll put 100. But we put it on the money line. Okay, it was plus 160. So this is how you can lose games. Detroit Lions led the game for 59 to 60 minutes. You got a rogue NFL official. I think he was trained by Donahue in the NBA. Okay, this guy calls 3 phantom calls at the end of the game. Packers win a field goal, and $260 times two goes right out the window. That's what can happen to you. It's nobody's fault. If you're in this business, you're going to have bad beats, and it's just part of life. So, and this stiff got to go and referee one of the NFC AFC championships. I forget which one. So we give you the good games. I give you the bad games to stay away from, and I give you the smell games. These are the games where Vegas or whoever makes these odds is begging you. They're begging you to take your hard-earned money and lay it down on these games, and you're a sucker. And we point this out. I had a game a few years ago, probably 3, 4 years ago. New York Jets at home. the line was like 6.5. It falls to 3.5, right? So Pittsburgh was good then. He had Big Ben when he was healthy, and the line falls to 3.5. Stay away, of course. And the Jets beat Pittsburgh outright. So, anyways, so so that's who I am. I'm NFL 24/7. I watch it every day. I know everything that's going on. And by the way, I also play fantasy. Been playing fantasy since 2005. You need any help? Go to my social media channels at Tony the Prophet, at Tony the Prophet on Instagram, at Tony the Prophet on Twitter. More on Twitter. It's more of I have more followers there. So, anyways, let's get down to business. Let's look at this Thursday night game. So what I do is I look at the evidence and try to make a decision. Now this is a tough game. This is a tough year. You got no OTAs. You got no training camp. We haven't seen these guys. You got a tremendous draft of rookies coming in. We don't know what they're going to do when the real bullets are flying. Okay, so you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You got a lot of guys in these games and the other games, and it's going to be the hardest year. Week 1 and Week 17, the hardest years to pick. These NFL rosters turn 30% every year, and 35%. So it's a whole new ball game. But we'll do our best. So looking at tonight's game, I look for evidence. I look for trends. I look at spread analysis. Okay, so here's what we got. Kansas City 9-0 against the spread last 9 games. Kansas City 9-0 last 9 games straight up. Kansas City 7-0 against the spread last 7 games at home. Kansas City 11-0 straight up last 11 in September. Kansas City's 8-0 as a straight up as a favorite last 8 games. Houston, okay, is 2-4 against the spread last 6 versus Kansas City. Houston is 1-4 straight up last 5 in week 1. Houston is 2-8 against the spread last 10 on Thursday night. So what do we have here? This is a profit term. The profit term is the preponderance of the evidence. If the preponderance of the evidence goes one way, that's where you put your hard-earned money. Okay? So in this case, everything's pointing to Kansas City. Now we got a few worries. We look at everything here. Okay? Kansas City has 2 guys out on the O-line. Kansas City secondary's not that great. Okay? Houston, they got rid of Hopkins for a bag of balls, and then they bring in Cooks. This guy's been on like 4 teams in 4 years, and he's 1 concussion from being out of the NFL, and he's questionable to play. So for fantasy, that makes Fuller a better guy tonight, and Cobb is a deep sleeper there. But anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about spreads now. So, anyways, so the evidence would suggest that Kansas City's the way to go. You got Andy Reid off of more than 1 week. He's great off the bye week. He's had since the end of April to prepare for this game. Okay? And so everything's pointing towards Kansas City. But they make it difficult. They make this line high. It's 9.5, depending on where you go. And I would just say that, I'm going to take Kansas City. The preponderance of the evidence says to take them, and I'm taking them. But you just have to be careful being the first game in the first week. But that's okay. I have some of my hard-earned money already wagered on this game. And I like to give you the scores. I'll give you the score. I could see it. It's right at that over-under. Stay away from that over-under. You don't know with COVID and the way this thing's been with the camp that this game could be under. Yeah, and the cat's trying to come in and muscle in. This guy wants to be a star too. But anyways, so here's what I would say. I'm picking this 34-21. I could see it being 31-17 and being just on the under. This over-under has been hovering between 53.5 and 54. Stay away from that. Give the points. You could get a backdoor cover, but the evidence says I'm taking Kansas City. So this is what I do. If you like this, follow me on my social media at Tony the Prophet on Twitter. I make comments all through the games. I make comments on Sunday. If it's NFL, I'm making comments during the year. If you need some fantasy advice, sit start question, hit me up on social media, Twitter or Instagram, and I'll help you out there. and we're gonna have some fun. This is the Tony the Prophet channel. This is a new start. I'm retired and I have time to do this. I never had time before, so we're gonna have fun. I'll give you the picks, and again, don't bet the kids' milk money on this. It's all for entertainment, but you have the best evidence. You make the best decision for yourself. I'm not asking you these whale plays and give me $500 in Bitcoin and all this stuff. So if you like what you see, new channel, follow me. I'll give you the picks every Sunday. By Sunday morning, I'll have the full rest of the schedule picked, broken down like this with the evidence so you can make a good decision. Thanks a lot. Enjoy your day, enjoy the game, and have a great weekend.